हरे कृष्ण। श्री श्री राधा गोविंद की जय। श्री श्री गौर नेताएं की जय। श्री ओके। गौरव ओम नमः हो गया। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। सो अंतो अंतकरः कालो अनादिर आदिर्कृत अव्ययः जन्म जनेन जनयन् मारयन् मृत्युनान्तकम्। सो अंतो अंतकरः कालो अनादिरादिकृत अव्ययः जन्म जनेन जनयन् मारयन् मृत्युनान्तकम्। सो अंतो अंतकरः कालो अनादिर आदिर्कृत अव्ययः जन्म जनेन जनयन् मारयन् मृत्युनान्तकम्। Saha, he, Anantaha, infinite, Antakaraha, annihilator, Kalaha, time, Anadihi, without beginning, Adikrit, beginning of everything, Avyaha, without decrease, Janam, living entity, Janena, by living entity, Janayan, causing to be born, Marayan, killing, Mrityuna, by death, Antakam, killers. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is ever existing, but in the form of time is the killer of everything. He has no beginning, although he is the beginning of everything. Nor is he ever exhaustible. Although everything is exhausted in due course of time. The living entity is created through the agency of Father and killed through the agency of death, but he is perpetually free from birth and death. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is ever existing. But in the form of time, he is the killer of everything. He has no beginning, all the beginning of everything. Nor is he ever exhaustible. Although everything is exhausted in due course of time. The living entity that created through the agency of the Father and killed through the agency of death, but is perpetually free of birth and death. Yes, Supriti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Sri Divine A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. The supreme authority and inconceivable power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be minutely studied from this verse. He is always unlimited. That means that he has no creation or end. He is, however, death in the form of time, as described in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, I am death. I take away everything at the end of life. Eternal time is also without beginning, but it is the creator of all creatures. The example is given of touchstone, which creates many valuable stones and jewels, but does not decrease in power. Similarly, creation occurs many times, everything is maintained, and after a time, everything is annihilated, but the original creator, the Supreme Lord, remains untouched and undiminished in power. The secondary creation is made by Brahma, and Brahma is created by the Supreme Godhead. Lord Shiva annihilates the whole creation, but at the end, he is also annihilated by Vishnu. Lord Vishnu remains. In the Vedic hymns, it is stated that in the beginning there is only Vishnu and that he alone remains at the end. An example can help us to understand the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Lord. In the recent history of warfare, the Supreme Personality of Godhead created Hitler, and before that, a Napoleon Bonaparte, and they each killed many living entities in war. But in the end, Bonaparte and Hitler were also killed. People are still very much interested in writing and reading books about Hitler and Bonaparte and how they killed so many people in war. Year after year, many books are published for public reading regarding Hitler's killing thousands of Jews in confinement, but no one is researching who killed Hitler and who created such a gigantic killer of human beings. The devotees of the Lord are not much interested in the study of the flickering history of the world. They are interested only in Him, who is the original creator, maintainer, and annihilator. That is the purpose of Krishna conscious movement. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Ananta So ananta antakara kalho anadiraadikrita avyayaha janama janena janayan marayan mrityu nantakam. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is ever existing, but in the form of time is the killer of everything. He is the beginning, all the beginning of everything, nor is he ever exhaustible, all the everything is exhausted in the due course of time. The living entity that created through the agency of the Father and killed through the agency of death, but is perpetually free from birth and death. There is a statement that Queen Kunti makes, Tad atyanta vidambanam. Tad atyanta vidambanam. She keeps repeating this vidambanam in a prayer that's so bewildering. But still we can try to understand Krishna. See, something is truth does not change. Even with time, it does not change. So take an example. Sun rises in the east. Now this was true 30 years ago. This was true 40 years ago, 50 years ago, in my experience. And then after, so it is still rising from the east. Time is not having influence on it. So anything that time does not have influence, that is truth. And Krishna being absolute truth, time has no influence on Krishna. Common sense. If something is truth, then time will not affect it. Right? Sun keeps rising from the east every day. It doesn't matter it is today or after 1 year or after 10 years or after 100 years. So we know that is truth. Truth should not get affected by time. That is truth. Therefore, we say I am the body. That is not truth. Because after some years the body doesn't exist. Satyam paramadhimahi. So intelligent people start focusing on something which is not affected by time. Therefore, Prabhupada uses the word flickering time. People are so much excited when they saw the power of Hitler. Flickering time. Prabhupada makes a nice joke here. He said, everybody is talking about Hitler, he killed so many Jews, they say, in confinement. But then, who killed Hitler? Nobody talks about him. Napoleon did this thing, that king did this thing. When Prahlad Maharaj was asked that, why don't you take some benediction by Narasimha-deva? So, benediction? I saw my father's all benediction destroyed by you in a moment. I'm not interested. So it's not easy to come to this platform. Isn't that a great platform? We can only dream. That we go around in this world, we see a big building. It will last for a few years, it will break down. So it's no interest in it, Somebody, whatever anybody is getting, it is for a few moments only. So, agama, anitya. Matra sparshasta kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukha daha. Agama anitya. So he loses interest in anitya. In fact, in the beginning of spiritual life, there is, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, person understand what is permanent and what is not permanent. And his focus moves on permanent thing. He is not so interested in impermanent. Okay? And when he starts moving like that, finally comes to the Krishna, who is eternally existing. So time represents Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Kalo Asmi, I am time. And what am I doing? Mrityu sarva harasya. I come as death and take away everything. I used to always symbolize in a way, suppose somebody loves you, he loves you very much, and you keep ignoring him, you keep ignoring him. What the person does? He comes, he destroys everything that you are involved in. Now you'll not think about me. Will we do that or not? Correct? You are very much affectionate to somebody, he's ignoring you, and his attention is somewhere. Say he's watching a cricket match. What you will do? Well, go and break the TV. Now what you will watch? Look at me. So similarly, Krishna also does the same thing. He loves us so much, but we are absorbed in so many things also. Mrityu sarva harascham, he takes everything from you. Now, still will not look at it. Still we have so many plans. Krishna gives one more opportunity. So you think about me? No, I have so many things to think about, okay? And Krishna keeps watching, then he becomes irritated, again he destroys everything. Another way of symbolizing that. And then he said, now you look at me. He'll give you another situation. Let me see. Now you think about me? No, I not think about you. Again we get absorbed in so many things in this world. Again Krishna destroys everything. Okay, you'll think about me or not? So just imagine. And we start thinking about Krishna, then no death. Now no mrityu, nothing is taken away. But no, we will not think about Krishna. So therefore all the instruction of the Shastra point to this fact. Always remember Krishna. What is the shloka? Just telling shloka in a Tulu class. Always remember Krishna, never forget. Yes, smartavyam satatam Vishnu. Always. So, because time represents Krishna. Okay? What kind of? It's the impersonal energy of Krishna. Not personal. Therefore, the five factors, out of the two are many times taken away, because time at the end represents Krishna only. It's impersonal. Another way, it's a will of Krishna. Nothing can be done. You cannot hit head against the wall. It's a will of Krishna. And by the will of Krishna, we see things are manifested. So what we can do, we can understand. Kaal, iska to samay aa gaya, bolte na? Iska to kaal aa gaya. Samay aa gaya iska. So the time has come. The same way Vidura tells Dhritarashtra, can't you see? Your time has come now. You are already having the difficulty in breathing. So many varieties of sounds are coming from your mouth. Okay? Your time has come. So in the same way, time represents Krishna. Nobody can supersede the time. It will do its work. Over a period of time, things become manifested. Karma, guna, there is a big combination, big Sankhya analysis. But in a situation, Kala represents the Krishna, and the situation will become manifest. And in the situation we react, we do something. There are different ways of analyzing this. But time represents the Lord, and it's the will of the Lord, and we have to accept it. Sometimes it is painful, sometimes it is very pleasant. So when time represents Krishna, the best thing is to use time to serve Krishna. Now, Krishna's situation is totally contradictory because he does not get exhausted. We get exhausted. See, we all are in illusion. We are God. Somewhere this illusion is there. So understand in this way, God does not get exhausted. Many people came to Prabhupada. At least they were truthful. They went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I am God. So Prabhupada said, God? So he told one devotee, bring a dictionary, brought a dictionary. What is the meaning? Supreme Being. So are you Supreme Being? And then Prabhupada comments on this conversation. The rascal could not answer. Okay. So he had to deal with all this kind of people. So God has no death. God does not get exhausted. Correct? He has no beginning. We had a beginning. We are born in a certain day. The Prabhupada said another answer. He said that everybody you ask him, does he have a father? And somebody doesn't have father is God. Because he has no beginning. Okay. Externally Krishna gives a father, that's for rasa. But as such he is anadi. He doesn't have an origin. Okay. So many people also this doubt comes. Okay, you say God is the beginning of everything. So who is the father of Krishna? They say like that. They thought they trapped us. And I think sometimes I ask this question, who is the father of God? They don't understand. The definition of God is the origin. Anadir Adi Govinda. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the origin of everything and he does not have any cause. So coming back to time, which is trying to talk about time today, there is a lot of analysis given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, how the time can be calculated in the smallest way. 3 hexagonal atoms, when they combine together, it starts like that, with a small movement. And there is a huge calculation. Prabhupada shows how this corresponds to the modern day time. And then it goes up and up, 3 of that, 6 of that, 10 of that, 11 of that, keeps going up and up, and goes till the some of the things we know, Muhurta, all these things, it goes and goes bigger, and finally goes to the life of Brahma, in the time of creation, which is something like hundreds of trillions of years, I think, if I remember, 411, something like that, the life of Brahma. Massive life. So time has been studied. In the Bhagavatam, it starts from, in fact in philosophy also, time is very difficult to define actually. One object moves from one place to another and we calculate time. That's how the time is calculated. So philosophically a very difficult, not easy things. There was in our college one devotee, he was so brilliant. And he came to a college and we asked him, can you take a class of science and spirituality? He said, yes. So next day he came and asked, do you know spirituality? Yes. So we don't know. So do you know science? Yes sir, we know science. Okay, can you define time? And people could not define time. He kept playing with them and he was laughing and laughing. Acha, so you say you are a scientist, you can't define mass, you can't define time. What kind of scientist you are? So you want me to compare science and spirituality. Neither you know spirituality, neither you know science. And that is how we all got interested to study Bhagavad Gita. So these are all actually fundamental points in philosophy. Don't think you know them. You see a watch, cut, it moves from one point to another point, you call it 1 second, correct? That's how you define time. It's very complicated actually, the original deep definitions of that. But anyway, this is easy for you to understand. Krishna says, I am the Kala, I am time. This is easy to understand. And in the spiritual world, time does not move like this. How do you differentiate one day from another day? You say 10 years ago I was a small child. In a spiritual world, you do not age. You remain in the same age. How do you differentiate one day from another day? No way you can differentiate. Everything exactly same. There is no death, there is no birth, there is no old age, there is no disease. Everything is exactly same. It's not easy to define anything in the spiritual world. It's difficult. That's a beautiful spiritual world. It is said that everything in that way remains same, but navanava rasa. Every day in relationship to Krishna, new emotions appear. New waves of love of Krishna appear. And it is so wonderful to come to a situation to become deathless. Tasmat, you were chanting the shloka, huh? Na tasmat bharat. Smaratavya. Okay. So it says, after hearing all this, what should be the conclusion? Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Isharo Hari. These are all different names of Krishna. Tasmad means therefore. The Shukdev Goswami analyzes the life, when Parikshit Maharaj says, what should I do? What is my duty? I am a man about to die. It's true for all of us, true? But we don't ask this question, he asks this question. That is the only difference between us and Shukdev Goswami. A man is known great by what kind of question he has, predominating. Suppose you meet Shukdev Goswami, what question you will ask? You will not ask any question, correct? Because we are not great. But Parikshit Maharaj asked a question. In fact, that question was already asked by him. It was all moving in the surrounding. What should I do? My point of death has come. Should I think about Krishna? What should I do? What's the duty of a man about to die? So, Shukdev Goswami says, Variyameshate Prashna. Maja aa gaya. Kya prashna hai? So, our time, valuable time should we use to ask such questions. Otherwise, para bhavastava. Mataji knows all. Para bhavas. I will buy एक 10 किताबें लेके आओ, जब क्लास है सब लोग नोट करेंगे, एंड देन ट्राई टू रिमेंबर. पराभवस्तावदबोध जातम यावन जिज्ञासा आत्मतत्वम यावत् क्रिया तावदिदम मनोवै कर्मात्मकम येन शरीर बंधा. Parabhavas means defeat. Whole life is a defeat. If you didn't ask a good question, so easy, no? Jindagi becomes answer aa jayega, but if you have a question, the life will become successful. So, whatever valuable time we have, we should use it for asking important questions. Look for the people who can answer important questions, correct? We go to universities, we go to colleges, we go to so many places. Don't worry, they cannot answer your any question. You go to university, sir, can you tell me why I am born? Ask this first question, correct? Isn't the first question? What is my relation to this cosmos? Why I am suffering? Who am I? University they cannot answer this question. Therefore, Prabhupada said they are busy with small questions. These are the most important questions. Why I am not happy, isn't it? This should have been the question. We don't ask this question. Simply waste. We are going to idiots who can't answer any question. They are teachers. There was once, there is very nice conversation in Perfect Question, Perfect Answer, beautiful book, small book. Prabhupada, after the conversation, the person surrendered. Very innocent person. And he became a full-time devotee very soon. So Prabhupada, when he was conversation over, everything was recorded. Prabhupada published. Just imagine as an acharya, we are talking to somebody, publish it. Not editing, nothing, just publish it. An acharya is on an absolute platform. Everything is, and it's so sweet, that conversation. So, if you read that conversation, so much affection is showing to Prabhupada. He's just a stranger who just landed in India, some Peace Corps worker, somebody landed to meet Prabhupada, interested in spirituality, and is laughing, hearing with so much joy, and he surrenders. Just, couple of conversations, he just surrenders. Very beautiful that book has made, I don't know how many devotees. Perfect Question, Perfect Answer. One of the initials. So in that, the Prabhupada says, he tells Prabhupada wanted him to join full time. So Prabhupada asked him, he said, well, no, I'm going to leave. He said, don't leave, live here. He's affectionately requesting him. And then it continues. And the Prabhupada said, anyway, what you will go after you go back? No, I'll be a teacher. Prabhupada says, you will not be a teacher, you will be a cheater. Teacher means you know how, you don't know anything. So what you are teaching? You are a cheater, you're not a teacher. Finally he says there is no other way. He is totally smashed. He surrenders to Prabhupada. So in that very interesting thing, so we go to these places, they are not teachers because they cannot answer important question of my life. The most important question they don't answer. They answer small, small questions. Correct? Just imagine you are very hungry. Okay? What is your question? Where is food? And he's telling the weather, he's telling the cricket score, he's telling your, what do you say, election score, what do you say? Bhook lag rahi hai na? So we should be so hungry for answers of this question. Can I get an answer in a whole life? If I don't get an answer, this life is a defeat. I'm searching. And what is the best place? Bhagavad Gita. That also represents Krishna. All the answers are there. And if you read how many people, they read Prabhupada books, they felt totally convinced, yes, I got my answers. It's so beautiful when you read the Nectar of Book distribution. You have so many amazing, unimaginable stories. In America, somebody went to a store and he picked up a book. They were selling book, Bhagavad Gita or some book, and he brought it to his home and he started reading. And after reading, he was stunned. Then he called his wife. All the answers are. And very soon they became, whole family became a devotee. Actually, all the answers are there. The problem is we are not asking questions. Our only question is the Bhagavatam it is said. What is said? वो भी श्लोका बोल रहे थे. Manasa. Vayasam Tirtha. Yashavanti Ganiya, Sharmanti Gayanti Grinati Sata. Previous one is the one we want. Nachas Vachas Chedra Padam Harer Yasho Pavitram Panigihita Karhechet Tadavaya Santirtham. Then take care. So Tadavaya Santirtha. One moment should not be wasted in the Vayasam Tirtha. But that is where people are. Vayasam Tirtha means, what a word. What do you say? The humor of Shukadeva Goswami or Veda Vyasa, what they are telling? Vayasam Tirtha, pilgrimage place of course. What is it referring to? Dustbin. And we are also like that. Where are we all the time? Vayasam Tirtha. Vayasam Tirtha. Where are you? Anybody ask you, where are you now? I'm in Vayasam Tirtha. I'm in pilgrimage place for the crows. Our consciousness is where it is? In pilgrimage place for the crows. Therefore, when he asks, he says, Variyam Eshate. Shukadeva Goswami says, what a question it is. Just imagine. Variyam Eshate Prashnaha Kirtan Lok Hritam Ripaha. Shukadeva Goswami is the hero of Bhagavatam, who spoke the whole Bhagavatam. But he doesn't speak one word in the first canto. He speaks in the second canto. And how does he begin? Variyam Eshate. What a question. Variyam Eshate Prashnaha Kirtaloka Hritam Nipaha Atava Sammata Pumsam Shota Vyadiriapara. Such a view for anybody. A person is asking a question, person is answering the question, another person is watching that. It is so auspicious. Variyam, such a glorious question. What should I do? My kala is coming. My time is coming. So this should be our question. Now Krishna created. Now I said to you a billion times, don't fight against death, accept it. It's good for us. Krishna created. Now how do I utilize this situation Krishna has put in front of me? My death is coming. What should I do now? What is my duty? This was the question. And Shukadeva Goswami says, what do the people do with time? Shrotavyadini Rajendra Ninam Santim Sahasashaha Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Griheshu Medina. So what does the person do with time? He's just hearing about unlimited subject matter which are actually not subject matters of hearing. So if you want to see somebody advanced, you see what does he do when he's free? What is the subject matter his inquiry has developed, question has developed? It's not that Vidura was not convinced, but he keeps hearing from Maitreya to become fully satisfied, drink the nectar of the message of Krishna consciousness. Variant. So Shotavya, he said, what are we doing with time? We are hearing about subject matter. Actually, we should not hear. Is there anything as glorious as Krishna? No. Why do we? So therefore, the shloka is explaining, everything at the beginning, God has no beginning. Everything is destroyed, God is not destroyed. Everything is exhausted, God is not exhausted. Then why I should hear about anything except Krishna? When Lakshmi came out of Samudra Mantana, all the devatas, she's very beautiful. And all the devatas, Danavas are standing, looking as much beautiful possible. And she comes, she's selecting, she has a garland in the hand, she's selecting husband. All the devatas are desiring, if she can select me. All the Danavas are desiring, if he can select me, correct? Material life also goes like this only. And then she goes and she puts garland on the Krishna's shoulders, and she says, what is the Nashwar people? Why should I put garland? So, but aren't we doing that? We are putting garland on the people who are of no value. We are putting garland on the subjects which are of no value actually. So that's this kind of intelligent people we are. This is not intelligence, foolishness. To waste time is foolishness. Okay? Shotavyaadi nirajanda ninam santi sahasasa apashyata mato tattvam griheshu grihamedinam. Divacharya Hare Rajan. Anyway, he keeps explaining the life, how we day and night is wasted, and finally says the beautiful word, Tasmat, therefore, Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Isho Hari, all the time that we have, should we use Shotavya, hear about Krishna, Kirtitavyasa, keep the chanting the name of Krishna, Smaratavya. And if you do hearing and chanting, just imagine, won't be so beautiful this decision. I will only hear what Prabhupada says. What a decision it will be if he can make that decision in my life. Only hear what Prabhupada says, Shabda. And I accepted Srila Prabhupada as my guru. I'll only hear what he says. And whole day is absorbed in hearing the Shabda, what Prabhupada says. And then, Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagava Shotavya Kirtatavya. Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada said that. That's the only thing will come out of your mouth. And then Smartavya. Not only hearing and speaking, we have to implement it in our life. We're thinking how to implement that. And Ichtam Abhayam. And if you do that, your fear of death will disappear from your system. Correct? All of us, we have a fear of something which will happen. Death or anything, vipada will come. This will go away because every moment. And Bhagavatam says that for everybody, when the sun goes rising and setting, it takes away a day. Anybody know this shloka? It's a beautiful shloka of Bhagavatam. Both by rising and setting, sun takes away a day of your life, but not for a person who is hearing about Krishna. Time cannot do anything. Sun cannot do anything. Time doesn't go away for him. He comes on an eternal platform. So let us utilize our time. We constantly hear about Krishna, constantly remember Krishna, and then constantly glorify Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, thank you everybody. Anybody wants to speak about time? Mataji, you are here. Time ho gaya. Okay. Anybody wants to add something about time? There are so many wonderful devotees here. You can raise your hand. I'm using now another laptop, I'm not able to control it so well. So I'll take. विपिन विलास प्रभु जी कुछ समय के बारे में कुछ बोलेंगे?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam.
हाँ.
It was wonderful class, Prabhuji. You covered so many things, good things. So Right now I am not remember, but as Prahlad Maharaj told that there, as early as possible we have to implement in life the Krishna consciousness.
Very important point, yes. Very good. What is the shloka? Huh? Kaumaram acharayat.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Kaumaram. He says right from childhood we should begin spiritual. Kaumaram acharayat. Dharman bhagatam yad dullabam manushin janma tadapi aturvam arthata. Even though human life is temporary, it is very, very valuable. So it's every moment of the human life is very, very valuable. Correct? And then Prabhupada always quotes another shloka of Chanakya that even by giving gold, you cannot get back the time you lost. Hai na? Suppose you spend half an hour in wasting on where? Why some tirtha? Then you cannot get back that. It's gone. You know? Can you say, I want that half an hour back? No. Prabhupada keeps laughing. One man at the point of death said that, doctor, can you extend my life? I got 3 more years. Prabhupada had a big laugh that he said. Yes, Molidhar Bhatia ji, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vipin Vilas ji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have read in one of the chapters of Bhagavatam that origin of time. It is a Anu. It is even smaller than the atom from Anu, and time is how it is calculated. It's a very complicated thing which is very difficult to understand. But once I read it, and I only can remember this much.
Very good. Okay, thank you everybody. Like that, little more than 60. You can keep the countdown. So few days are remaining. So use your time now to book your tickets. You can do that. It will be wonderful. And let us know so we can make arrangements too. Okay? And third, pray to Krishna that everything is, when you come here, it's wow. We are trying to do that, but you pray to Krishna that we get empowered to do that. Anunaya, Hare Krishna, Anunaya, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I would like to remember your example one time you gave, sir, Prabhuji, where if the life of Brahma is made to play in a day or in a minute, how small our life would be. It will be just bubbles.
You will be watching, jumping into bodies here and there, growing, dying, becoming big. Style. Very nice. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Time is relative. Yes. Chalo, you're getting darshan. Shri Radha Govinda ki. Dattu, 1 second. Darshan de do sabko. Haan. Hare Krishna. Chalo. This is good. You all feel it is good to sit like this so that we can get darshan of the deities, isn't it? What do you say?
Yes, Prabhuji. Very nice.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Chalo.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Govinda.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vancha kalpatarubhyacha.
Thank
you.
Patitana pavane vaishnavanam